Y'all think y'all can? Do y'all honestly in your heart believe that y'all can really handle all of the shit that a man would really want to say to the person that they lay next to every day? Do you no, in your honest to God opinion, do you really believe that you built for the truth in that way?
To piggyback on that, maybe the
No,
wife
hold on.
may
You
have
got
been
to
a
answer the question
delusion.
first. Do you think that
Maybe
you
there is
do
delusion
y'all
there.
really think that y'all ready to hear the honest to God truth of what really is happening in that man's head and what's going on in his life?
You said I do. You better be ready.
No, because everybody say that they want that shit. Everybody ain't built for that shit.
But
That's
I'm
that's
built
can
like
real.
how can
that.
how can a
You know
woman
how I
be
know? You know how I know? You know how I know? Because I talk to these dudes every day. And they fucking dying on the inside, and they got some shit that they got to get off of their chest, and that's why they pay me so much fucking money in order to coach them or have these conversations with them, because they don't know where to go, and they fucking about to explode, and they don't even know how to handle waking up in the morning. It's a grind, and I'm not just talking about the hustle. I'm talking about some shit that they dealing with in their real life. If these women
give us
think that
an
they can handle
example?
it,
Give
no,
us
I'm
an
not.
example.
No, I can't. I can't. Because then
Because
I would be, because then I would be. I
Situation
don't
is
want to put nobody's business out there.
no, I'm
I'm
not
just
saying
telling
tell
you that y'all think that y'all want to know, and every woman is not built for this shit. They ask for it, they not built for it. I'm telling you.
see, and that's my issue that I have. I can't stand when people tell people what they can't handle and they never give them the opportunity
The
to
chance.
handle it. I can't stand that. To me,
But
that
you,
excuses no, that excuses you from having to step up and say it. How are you going to tell me that I as a woman can't handle it but another woman could handle it? We're both women. Like that
No,
doesn't
it's just,
make any sense.
is that he might have a different relationship with her that then allows for him to actually feel comfortable enough to say certain shit to her that the wife really hasn't fostered that environment that allows for him to be able to express that and
Like
feel
what though?
comfortable to do so.
Like
I
make up
can't.
something.
I'm not gonna do it,
All
situational
Carrie.
around.
theory.
See, but
You know
that's
I'm not gonna do it, Carrie. You know I'm
He's
not
all
gonna do
around
it.
dishonest. The man is all around dishonest. He was dishonest with Miss Sanchez,
See, and
and
that's why
he.
y'all
Wait,
that's why y'all losing.
no, I'm
But
That's
gonna
why
move
y'all
forward.
losing
Wait,
because y'all not hearing me.
I didn't
I'm
get to
not
See,
finish,
hearing
and
that.
y'all
he
focused on
was.
being right.
Wait
Y'all
a
not
minute.
focused on
No,
understanding.
I didn't finish. He
Understanding
didn't.
is
He
really
wasn't
is
honest with the wife either. He didn't tell her you just for the house and the kids. You just for the
That's
house
not
and the
what it's
kids.
about. Just
am I the only person that sees this shit?
Her role.
we're
That's
legit attempting to understand.
Jay Styles see this
We're
shit. Miss Sanchez see this shit. They understand what the
no,
fuck I'm
we are
saying.
legit attempting to understand. Anton, you always be like, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. And the one time where I'm like, give me an example, you like, I can't say
Okay,
anything.
all right. I'll
I
give you
don't
an
know who
example.
you talk to.
I'll give you an example.
The wife knew her role, I guess.
A woman thinks that sometimes losing a child that she's the only one that's affected in a certain type of way.
oh Lord, yes.
And because he's trying to protect her from the idea that he don't want her to, first of all, he's burdened with it himself. He got his own shit that's going on. He got his own shit that's happened in his past that's then affecting what it is that's happening with regard to losing a child. But then on top of that, the woman is expressing how she needs support. She needs support. She needs support. So in that instance, he's not in a position to, who's there for the strong friend? Who's there for the leader, right? And so because she's the one that needs support because she's going through shit or they be having postpartum and all of this other type of stuff, ultimately a lot of times he don't feel comfortable enough to burden her with his burdens on top of the fact that he's still going through shit in his regular life. So he don't have no time to grieve. He don't have no time to breathe. He's still got to provide. He's still got to take care of business. He's still got to be there for everybody else, and everybody is dependent on him. He's still got to deliver, right? He's still got a lifestyle that he got to meet based off of expectations that was created for him. He don't have no relief within him. And so as a result, and this is just one example, right? A lot of times guys be going through shit in the inside and they cannot express it, or they don't feel comfortable enough expressing it because there's nobody asking him, hey, genuinely, what can I do for you, or how do you feel? A lot of times women in relationships, they are in a take mode. They are in, hey, you provide for me, you take care of me, or whatever, so on and so forth, but I cook for you. They're not asking him what he really need in authenticity. They're expecting to provide from him based off of what it is that they think that they can do. But then it may be another person on the side and they asking him genuinely, and they might be rubbing his head or some shit, or they may have made a connection or some shit, and that shit translate different to where he feel comfortable enough to say something. And the minute that she opened up that door, that's why he started to feel comfortable being around her. That's a fact. These dudes is going through some shit out here.
Fact.
And let me be very clear. I ain't never lost a child. So I'm not describing me at all, but I'm giving an example of what a dude has communicated to me that he going through. And in his particular instance, he actually walked away from the possibility of cheating, but he felt the connection because it wasn't even based off of sexual or cheating or anything like that. It was the idea that he finally had somebody that was paying attention to him and listening to him instead of somebody telling him what he should and shouldn't be doing inside of his household. That's the truth.
Do y'all realize
he didn't even cheat?
Do y'all realize men also need security?
Where do you get it? It's like you just got it in the wrong place, I guess. He just got it in the wrong space.
Their situation was super convenient because it seemed like Miss Sanchez wasn't really looking for much from it either. It was like the perfect convenience. It was kind of like, I need something on the side because whatever at home. And Miss Sanchez wasn't like pressing him, like, when we gonna be together, when you gonna leave her, when we gonna get married, da-da-da. It was just like, it seemed like they got what they needed, and then it was done. It don't seem like it was a situation where it was that deep, like, because you said you love him, but you wouldn't have had his kid if you got pregnant. Right. So is it like it's a lighter type of love, kind of like y'all were just in a convenient situation and you held it down? But I mean, I don't see what, like, it seemed like even what Anton was saying, like, that's a deep connection. Like, if you did you and him have that type of connection where y'all would lay down and he would tell you stuff like that, or was y'all just having fun?
No, we talked. Like, I mean, we had deep conversations. We talked about life. We talked. We definitely talked.
I mean, y'all gotta talk. Y'all hanging out together. I mean, but I'm saying, like, how deep did it
nothing
go?
that I would ever put out there. But yes, we had deep conversations. Like,
you're not gonna tell you his business. She's holding it down.
Right. Like, I could tell y'all stuff. Y'all be like, what the? Okay, just for instance, once, he was talking to me about her birthday. He didn't know what to do. I set up the whole thing for her to get edible arrangements sent to her house. So, like, I didn't give a.
Oh, no.
Bro, come on now.
Yo,
come on now.
This is wild.
Man.
It's not wild.
It's not wild, bro.
It's not wild.
Yeah.
Jay Styles is the main person on the panel that understand right now.
She's a help me too. Like, she helped him for sure.
For the married women though, can your husband really tell you, man, I'm weak in this area. I don't know what to do in this area, and you not look at them different?
No way. No fucking way.
See, this
no
is
way.
Thank you, AD.
Carrie seems good about it.
This makes me so
I get it, Carrie. I'm on your side, Carrie.
This makes me so upset because everybody is not like that. Like, everybody is not like, it's me. Like, a lot of times, and I've dealt with this with me and my husband. Like, you can talk to me. My friends have dealt with this. Other women have dealt with this. Everybody is not, give me this, give me, what's up with you? Like, everybody is not like that.
I'm on your side, Carrie.
Here's one of the issues about men having this idea that you can't be vulnerable with your wife. If you don't talk to your wife and let her know where you are, especially as it relates to your needs, especially as it relates to, like, where you might be with your mental state, how does she get feedback? How can she, like, we're not mind readers either. So if you keep relying so heavily on, I can't tell her, even though you never told her to give her the opportunity to see how she shows up, then how do you expect her to be this perfect wife to you anyway?
Because your actions already prove that to him over hundreds of times.
That's not, and I think that that's not true, because a lot of you men have not been groomed and trained to express yourself to damn near anybody. So
apparently Miss Sanchez
miss me on you can talk to everybody but your wife. Like, no, you probably have issues with opening up with a lot of people. And then if you're meeting a new person, let's be real, when you meet new people, think back to when you date, when you had a girlfriend, or like, what else are y'all gonna talk about other than, hey, tell me about you, what's going on with you, how's your day today, you look sad, you like, of course, everybody is going to feel catered to in these beginning stages. She didn't have to deal with what might have really been happening with their household. She didn't have to deal with those types of things. So I just, I'm not going to let y'all.
Miss Carey, I don't always say it's the wife's fault either. It's not always the woman's fault. He could have been unhappy with his own self, and that's why he was looking to get more women. I don't know, but
you know why? Because anytime a man cheats, it's always the woman's fault. Like, it's always.
I need you to.
But guess what? When a woman cheats, it's always her fault. Like, no, I'm just
where you getting this from?
Nobody is placing blame. I said that it didn't absolve him from being wrong.
See, they ain't hear you on that.
I just don't understand how men, y'all are so leaders. Y'all are so head of household. Y'all are so, let me carry it on my back. But then you can't
get a drink.
You can't handle figuring out how to express something to your wife. So did
you just hear what you just did?
What I did?
You didn't create the space in the area for a dude to ever feel comfortable in expressing it. You shamed him for saying that. So you're supposed to be a man, but you can't figure out how to communicate.
No. I'm not saying that that's the approach you would take with your actual husband. I'm saying to you guys, we get on these panels and we talk about the role. We get on the panel. We talk about how men are supposed to be all of this. You're meaning to tell me that you can't figure out how to communicate something to your wife, and not for nothing, she might be doing the best she can with creating the space without you giving her feedback. Like,
see how it becomes about
no.
But guys are
figure out how to solve it, Anton. Like, so I'm married, right? So if let's say my husband did not feel comfortable talking to me, right? So therefore, he's not going to tell me how he's not comfortable because he doesn't feel comfortable. Which means
do you know what happens in those situations?
Just
what happens in those situations?
Just hear me out.
The woman gets mad and say, "Why don't you feel comfortable talking to me?"
No, let's say that I don't do that. Let's say that in my mind, I'm like, he clearly, there's got to be something he needs to tell me or get off his chest with me. So let me go read. Let me go to counseling. Let me go talk to another man about suggested approaches. Let me do all these things, right? So on my side, let's say I am really I'm trying my very best to create an environment for him, but he's giving me no feedback if I'm doing it good, if I like what I could be doing better.
But I can tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why that is the way. See, Carrie,
how do you then solve it? Is my question.
What you don't understand, though, Carrie, is that you've already done something prior to that has given him or led him to be in a space to where he's not going to do that. Okay, it's something that's happened prior to. It's a way that you reacted to something that he said. It's something that played out a certain type of way to where he's not going to put himself in that position again to then have to deal with the repercussions that come along with expressing himself like that, right? Because in a lot of relationships, what people don't understand, especially from a guy's perspective, is that sometimes guys ain't necessarily looking for your fucking feedback.
Facts.
But what I'm saying is, okay, so
sometimes guys just want to express and get their shit off
Just get their shit
and they
off.
may just want to vent, and they not looking for no necessary feedback from you.
And judgmental.
Okay, Carrie. You know what I didn't hear you say? You said I go and talk to all these different people and these men. You know what I would suggest most women do? Honestly, I would suggest, and I'm not talking about you in a general, because you just use the example that you married, right? But in a general sense, I suggest every wife, or every woman that is looking to get married, they need to go and shadow a fucking side chick. Every wife, look, see how y'all rolling your eyes and y'all laughing and all of that shit, because y'all don't take this shit serious. No. Every wife needs to go and shadow a certified successful side chick, because they inherently have qualities that a lot of wives and a lot of women do not understand, and they just don't fucking get it. They not gonna capture it. See, if you would have said I went to a woman that could understand the sentiment or was able to deal with certain men in a certain space, and she was able to give you some insight, she could break that shit down for you without
they need that class to get that elective class, Anton. That's what you're saying.
I'm telling you
to graduate. I can see somebody.
I'd like to say something.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Jay Styles, what he said about that she may have prolonged their marriage. Now that I'm thinking, I feel like, should we applaud Miss Sanchez if the wife did find out and the wife found out, whatever, should we, and they stay together and he says, you know what, she helped me to love you better, or whatever the case may be. Should we be applauding Miss Sanchez? I feel like I'm feeling you what you're saying, Anton, and the rest of the men. Like, maybe if the bigger picture, or we get to the end goal and she was a part of it, are we good with that? Would you be good with that, Miss Carrie, if you found out that happened?
Like how you thinking, Jessica?
No, he just
You coming around.
Sorry. I got one.
Wait. You found out, you and hubby dealt with it, whatever way you dealt with it, and the end result was that, you know what, she helped me to love you better. She helped me to want to hang on to you for forever. She helped me to see the forever with you. What do you do with that as a wife? I'm applauding. I'm not a wife. I'm just speaking hypothetically, but I do feel that I'm speaking truthfully. That, you know what, at the end of the day, it happened, what have you. If you came to me and was like, this woman helped you to do me better, to pour into me better, to whatever it is, so that we could get to forever. Miss Sanchez, thank you.
Wait, so getting other pussy is gonna make the marriage better?
It's
built an emotional connection with her. For
Jessica, she already
build with you.
That's worse
that he cannot build with you. Then he came back to realization and was like, I mean, thank you for that, Miss Sanchez, but I got to get this to her.
No.
And now I'm better able to give this to her.
Okay,
the mind is way more valuable than the pussy.
First of all, she said she's the one who broke it off. That's one. Exactly. Number two, she said he's still hitting her up, and number three, she said she believes he's messed with other women after her. So where did his marriage benefit?
Exactly.
No. She said she thinks.
Yeah, she thinks.
No, I know. She said she thinks, but she also said that he's still hitting her up to this day.
So
what if he's the one who broke it off?
He might be miserable as a result of her leaving.
In love with her, but got a whole wife. So this man was more loyal to her.
Do you know what this tells me? Now that I hear Q and all of y'all reactions, it's just something that certain women see things one way, and then other women see things a completely different way.